Hi everyone, it's Daisy. We're going to be working on another tutorial for our preschool friends. It is on one of our favorite reads, Clifford, the Big Red Dog. We all know this story, we love it. So let's draw Clifford and see how we can understand how to draw a dog for that matter. So take your black crayon. So you're going to start the drawing in a crayon and then we'll move on to doing some painting if you have paints, and if you don't, then we'll keep working with crayons. One or the other. Okay, so let's work with this. Step one, go to the top of your paper, not the very top, come down just a tiny bit, and this is where I want you to make a straight line first thing. This is the top of his nose. Once you do that, make a U, almost like a smile, under his nose, and I want you to go ahead, use your black and color it in, right there. So that becomes Clifford's nose. Make a small straight line under his nose. Every dog and cat you'll see has this right under their nose. We'll stop the mouth for this point and we'll go on top of the nose now and make two eyes. Eyes are basically circles. So you're going to make circle number 1 and circle number 2. Two circles. Go ahead and inside the circles make a smaller circle and fill that in with black, so that your dog can actually see. The minute we do this, it's pretty impressive how easily it starts showing up like, oh, now we can see him looking at us. Give him some shaggy eyebrows, so that means one line down, up, and then down again. Just some bushy furry eyebrows. And then you're gonna go to the other side and do the exact same thing. Not one line, but like a zigzag, to make it give it a shaggy kind of a look. Now let's finish off his mouth. Come back to the line under his nose. Take a curve to your left side first. Come closer to your nose and stop right there. Do the same for the other side. Take a curve, bring it closer to the nose and stop right there. If you want to show your dog is happy, the top of that line put a tiny little curve, just like this, so that there is a curved line right there. Next, we are going to make the top of Clifford's head. These are his eyebrows. Go above it, make yourself a curved line from one eyebrow to the other. No more than that for right now. Just stop for a minute. Next thing, I'm going to have you make the ears before we finish the cheeks. How do we do that? Come to the side of the eye, put your crayon right there, and you're going to make a big letter U. But do not go below the mouth here. So come down and then take it back up and go to meet the head like this. That's one ear. Go to the other side, come down and take it back up and go to meet the head again. Ear number 2. Now we connect. There's a gap. Do you see that between the mouths and the sides? I want you to take your crayon, touch the mouth line, and then go connect to the ear. Maybe a little bit higher, in fact. Again, touch right below the mouth line, give it a curve, and stop right next to his eye. But the mouth doesn't look finished. Can you see this? So you need to add yourself one more line right here to finish a dog's mouth. Now it looks finished. Next, you know that he's somebody's pet. So he's wearing a collar. You gotta give him his collar. So from the bottom of one area for his nose to the other, right here, give yourself a curved line, 1, and then make that a double. So 2 lines, because this is supposed to be his collar. Now you know how important collars are. If your dog happens to run away by the weirdest chance at all, well, the collar helps somebody else know that the dog belongs to you. So very important. So if you own a dog, never leave your house without the collar. Now touch the side of the collar and let's bring down his front paws all the way down as far as you want to go and stop here. Remember, he's a really big dog. Grew so big they had to really work on how they're going to keep him. The other side. Right there. So make sure every time you draw arms, legs, ears, you got to make sure they match up. They match up. So I've got a longer here, a shorter one here. I can add another line. Why? Because I'm going to be coloring over it. Now it feels a little bit more aligned. Hey, I forgot about something. I forgot he's got these little shaggy hairs on top of his head. Just give him 2 strokes, like touch the top with your crayon, make 1 line, stop, come back, make a second line. That's how you create the hair on top of his head. Now let's finish his paws up. This is the outside of his arms. The 2 lines we made are not the insides, they're the outside. So we are going to make the inside line just like this, and we're going to bring this down a little bit longer than the outside line. We're going to turn it flat, and we're going to put a curve over it. That creates your paw. Do it again. Same thing for the right arm. Again, go a little bit longer. Do you see how this is shorter and that's longer? Now turn, and then go ahead and close. So now you have his paws. But you know, even dogs have, what we have fingers and toes. They have paws. So you got to give them 2 lines. 1 line, 2 lines. 2 paws right there. Now, but this gap doesn't make sense. Our dog is sitting down, so we're going to make a curve for his belly right there. Finished. Now we're going to make his back legs. When a dog sits down, it doesn't sit down like you do on a chair or even in the garden. It just puts back his behind back on the garden wherever he wants to sit, and then the back legs kind of bend. So because they bend, we're going to make them a little bit backward, right about here. So I'm going to touch his body, make a short line. This is going to be for the back paws, okay? And I'm going to give a curve only halfway, not all the way. And then I'll go to the middle of my left arm, not the top, not the bottom, but the middle. And I'm going to create a curve to connect the 2. So that becomes my back leg right there. And I'm going to go ahead and make 2 curved lines right here. Put your finger on the top of that leg, go across, mark where this leg on the right should start. Bring your finger to the bottom of the foot, go across the body and mark where the other foot should be on the right side. Now give it a curve, stop, and from the dot up above, make his back legs. So you've got 1 and 2. So we've got front legs, back legs, collar, ears, eyes, hair. We forgot something. You know what it is. It's his tail. So touch the right leg. You can make it on the left leg. It doesn't matter. We know dogs wag their tails all the time. So either the right or the left, your choice. I will do it on the right. I'll go and put his curve line out, and then come back to the body, a second curve line. And as I get to the tip, I become very, very tiny, just like that. So this becomes my entire Clifford dog. That completes him. But he's sitting in the garden somewhere. So I'm going to use a green crayon like this, and I'm going to create a line, the horizon line. Horizon is the line where the sky meets the land. So I'm going to draw it. I'm going to touch his leg and go all the way to the side, stop. Now put my finger on it so I know exactly where I'm going to go, and then go across and stop again. Now we finished our drawing. It's time for us to paint. We're going to start with Clifford, everyone. So if you have your paints, and if you don't, go ahead, pause this video, go get your paints. And if you really don't have paints, grab your red crayon now. And what you always want to do first, as we've always spoken in our classes also, is that we make our tracing lines. Tracing lines are very, very important in art. If we work so hard to make a beautiful picture, well, why do we not want to keep it? Of course we want to keep it. So I'm going to take, this is my brush with red paint on it, and I'm going to trace. I'm going to trace my line for my ear, nice and easy. And look at where I'm holding my brush. Just like I hold a pencil or pen. I'm going to go up all the way. Then I'll come back and I'll finish the tracing in the ear. As I finish tracing my ears, I'm going to put the color into it. I don't have to leave it empty now. I'll come to the face, and I'm going to keep on putting color as I need it. So I'm going to trace first. Very important. This is not a race. We always talk about this in our classes because art should be important to us. We want to do it the way we would like to do it. If somebody's telling you, hurry up, it's time to go, there is no harm Stop your painting. Go ahead. Go to the park. Go have a fun day. When you come back and you have about 10 minutes of your time without any interruptions, sit down again and finish off your painting. You don't have to do your paintings so fast because it's really, really hard to focus when you have to do a few other things, don't you think? If that be the case, we have to do it the way we have to do it. Don't draw on top of your black lines. Learn to create your tracing lines. I'm going to trace. Always trace. Anything that you want to color, it should be important enough to you to do a nice job because you are the best artist there is. Now, here we go. I'm going around the cheeks. I know the face has a lot of lines, and that's okay because that's what it's supposed to be. It has so many body parts that we have to make sure we get all of them done. Now, remember, it is not important that you need to have paints. I'm trying to do paint so that everybody can get a little bit of a variety when they watch our videos and they don't feel like it's only going to be crayon all the time. Plus, remember, Miss Daisy's not with you right now. I don't know what you have in your house, and I'm pretty sure that whatever you have is going to be perfect. You don't need more. Look at me. I'm going to keep on tracing, and we're going to work together as a team. You do your picture, and I will do mine. And I'm going to take my time on this because I like my art. I enjoy it. I try not to go fast on it ever. Because when I mess up, I feel terrible. I don't like it. If I know that I'm going to feel bad about doing something I won't like, then why would I do it in the first place? So, the best thing for me is to just be patient. I'm not perfect. I'm sure I can make mistakes. Remember my ear, big and small? That's okay though. That's how we learn. We got to keep going. We have to keep doing our stuff. The more you draw, did you know the biggest secret about art is the more you draw, the better you get. And that's only because you are training yourself. You are teaching yourself with every picture you draw how to draw the different parts of it. Every time, tracing lines, tracing lines. Remind yourself, tracing lines are very important. If you have a favorite music, moms, and you like the instrumental from whoever your favorite musician is, and there's so many. You could go classic or you could come current day, but turn on just instrumentals. Nothing too loud, nothing too soft that it will lull your child to sleep or make them feel like they want to take a break, but something that they get used to. I have always played music when I've done my art. When I was in school, when I did my private art, in my college days, there's nothing like having enough time to make a good piece of art and then take your time to really finish it off to the way you like to have it. I'm still not going fast. You can see I'm taking my time, and this is despite knowing that I am on a video. I'm not going fast because I need you to know that Miss Daisy works just like you. I need to take my time. If someone tells me, hurry up, just do it in 2 minutes, I'll tell them it's all right. I can come back and finish it a later time, but I'll help you right now instead. And so I don't do hurry ups at all. Next step is going to be the sky. I want you to get yourself either a blue crayon or we are going to get ourselves some blue paint. But here's another thing. Look at the video now. Our eyes on the video. Look at what I'm going to do. I'm going to take Clifford and I'm going to rotate him. Why did I do that? Because I want to be able to color without putting my hand on top of Clifford. He's still wet from the paint. I don't want to mess him up. And if I keep working from the bottom, I know that I probably put my hand on him. I will probably get all messy, and there we go. And I would love to learn how to get my picture done the way that I like it. So here we go. I'm going to start from the area closer to me, and then again I'll turn my paper. Tracing lines, tracing lines. Do not be in a rush. You have to trace around your dog. Remember, when you do a sky, go horizontal like this, back and forth. So look at my brush. If you can zoom in on it, I go out, then I come back, out, back, out, back. And I'm going to, I don't want to get this on my tabletop because I find it hard to clean up. So I'm going to take a little piece of paper to protect my table because I want to paint right off the edge of my paper. I don't want to stop my hand, but I don't want to mess up. You know how it is, right? You get the table messy and then everyone's telling you, well, you should have not done that. But art is art. We want to remember how we're going to do it. Tracing lines, everybody. Eyes on the video. Watch me for a minute and then you can keep working. And remember, this is a video. That means you can rewind it. And you don't have to feel, I can't do it this fast. Miss Daisy's not slowing down. That's okay. I'm not slowing down because I need to get the video done. Did you know that if I make my videos a little bit too long, it becomes maybe a little bit too much for my young friends? And I don't want you to feel like it's so much work. It's not too much work, but we have to remember anything you want to do in life, you want to do it well. It should be worth your time. If you feel it's not something you want to do, say that it's not what you want to do. But don't do something half-hearted. Do it with your best foot forward. Very important. Take your time. I'm still only up till the top on my one side only, see? And notice I'm not going up and down. I'm going side to side, side to side. Why? Because the sky spreads side to side. Oops, got it. I got some on my back. Oh well, that's all right. I'm going to put the paper here now, be a little bit more alert, and I will take care of it. Slow and steady. I can't do this any faster. If I do, I know that I'm going to paint where I didn't want to paint. And here you go. Look at that. The sky seems to be filling all around Clifford. It's a beautiful sunny day. And do you know that when it's a sunny day, it doesn't mean that the whole sky is only yellow. We have a blue sky, of course we do. When you go outside to the park or to play in your backyard or just to hang out on the balcony, have a look at your sky color. What color do you see? It is going to be a beautiful blue. Pay attention now. If you see a blue, my question for you is, do you see it as only one color of blue? Or do you see many, many colors of blue? If you ever get a chance to go with mom and dad to Home Depot or to a painting store to pick some colors or paints where they have these beautiful cards full of 100 shades, it's like, oh my God, I can't make up my mind. It's too many. Then at that point, I want you to just see the amount of blue shades they have. Oh my goodness. It would be impossible. I think it's impossible for me to say what my favorite blue would be. How could I possibly pick from so many beautiful shades? But I have to pick one, cannot have them all. So at that point, you kind of have to just see what your eyes tell you is the best one. You can do it, I promise you. You have to just see, I like this. That one is too bright. That one is too green. That one is too dark. This one is too is too purple. I don't know. There's 100 reasons to like something and 100 reasons to not. So that would be my sky, my friends. And here we go. Turning the picture around one more time. Watch it now. Here we go. There's our Clifford. That big red dog. Now you know the story of Clifford. And if you don't, I would encourage you to make sure you read this book next time you go to a library. You know, you can go to the half-price bookstore or something and you can pick up a book of your choice nowadays, or even or maybe your friend has it at their house and it's a good read and both of you can sit down and read together, or your mom might have bought it for you. I don't know. There's many ways of getting your favorite book to your house. Now hold your paper down. Remember, papers can move, so you have to hold them. Here comes my green, everybody. And I'm going to go ahead and slide my protection paper under, tracing lines. Slow down near Clifford. You don't want green in Clifford. He's a red dog now. And you don't want to get him a green color. I don't think he'd be happy if you ended up doing that. Not that he could say much, but I mean, you know, people like who they are for the most part. Even dogs do. Dogs are the happiest creatures that I know. In my family, we have 2 dogs. They're both absolutely different, but they are so much energy and they're wonderful. There's never a dull moment when you have a dog in your life. You always have to take care of them. They are a joy to play with, and they will be your best friends. I promise you. They never ask you to do anything for them. They just want to play with you. That's it. There's no such thing as we can only play if we have a certain toy. Dogs will play with you no matter what. Trace again, everyone. Trace to your top line. Trace to your around the foot. Remember, tracing lines are very important. And the reason that I'm painting today is because I want you to take the opportunity. If your mom and dad are able to have paint and just a simple brush, moms and dads, if you want to get paint, only Crayola is the best thing out there. Please don't try to feel like you have to spend more than that. And a simple startup set will get you everything that you want to get your kids engaged and enjoy their newfound art materials. There we go. That, my friends, is our Clifford the Big Red Dog video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to pull out this paper so you can see the final product. There you have it. And we look forward to seeing you in our next video. Have a great day. Bye now.